How's it rockin', Dween Nation? This is the Dween Sports Podcast. We're about to get underway. But before we do, we'd love if you could like, comment, subscribe, or share. We are posting weekly sports content, and we want to build up the brand that is Dween Sports. Thank you all, and enjoy.
Welcome in, Dween Nation. This is your host, Justin Pies, alongside Genoa Agudelo. And we got two guests for this special record predictions episode. We have Victor Pies, who you've seen before, multiple episodes. Glad you're here. And then we got Josiah Agudelo, brother of Genoa, here for his first episode. Special guest. Glad to have y'all. Glad to discuss record predictions because we got the AFC North that we're going to be talking about today. So that's 4 different teams. We're going to see how that plays out. But before we do, I'm excited to see how our guests are doing. I'll start with you, Josiah. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, and Dad, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Yeah, after doing a couple of mock drafts, I'm ready for this too. I'm just ready for football overall. I love it.
Here he is. And Genoa, how we doing, brother?
Yo, Dween Nation. Justin, I'm doing good. It's football season, man. We got mock drafts. We got predictions, man. It's a fun time of year.
Yeah, and I'm glad that we got Josiah on the pod, his first time with us. Obviously, Dad, it's great. It's just great to have guests. Obviously, family, too, makes it so much more fun. And Dad, you mentioned it. We were doing some mock drafts as well. So, Dween Nation, if you're curious, want to see some fantasy football mocks, we have them. So just scroll down and boom, watch that after this. But, yes, we have mock drafts. We're continuing our record predictions episodes. And let's start with the Cincinnati Bengals in the AFC North. They start their season at Cleveland, which obviously this division rivalry is great, but Cleveland's coming in at a lower point this year. But Cincinnati also starts normally pretty slow. But we'll see what everybody says. I'll throw it to you, Dad, to start us off.
They're not going to start slow this first week. They're going to beat Cleveland in Cleveland, and it might be by double digits. I think it will be by like 13 points.
All right.
I agree. I think Bengals take this pretty easily.
Janny?
Yeah, I agree too. It'll be a little ugly since it's on the road, but still, I like the Bengals.
I agree with that. I think it's going to be a little bit of an ugly game, maybe a little bit lower scoring than what we expect from Cincinnati, but I also agree Cincinnati gets their first game. They win it. They host the Jacksonville Jaguars in week 2. Josiah, what do you have for this one?
I think this is going to be an interesting game, but I think Bengals are just going to be a different team this year, and they're going to go 2-0, beating the Jags.
I agree just because even though Bengals doesn't have a good defense, they're at home. They put tons of points, and I don't think Jacksonville can keep up with that. So it's going to be Cincinnati.
Yeah, it'll be Jamar Chase versus Travis Hunter. We think Travis will be playing defense, but I think Jamar Chase gets the best of them at home. I think he gets 130, 2 touchdowns there. Give me Cincy in the win.
Cincy for me as well. I think this one's pretty easy. And so we have across the board Cincinnati 2-0. We move to week 3. They go to Minnesota. Dad, what do you have for this one?
Wow. For me, this might be a closer game than people think. It's just because of the defense of Cincinnati. I think Cincinnati is just better teams. I'm going with Cincinnati. It's very close.
Josiah, what do you
Vikings?
Yeah.
I feel like for this one, this is one that the Vikings pull an upset on. I'm really interested to see how JJ McCarthy plays out here. So I think Vikings are going to get an upset on week 3.
Sorry, Jano, what do you have for this game?
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Jefferson versus Jamar. Man. I think this is a tough matchup for Burrow, but I think they hack this one out just because it's McCarthy. I think he makes a late rookie mistake to lose the game. Give me the Bengals.
Wow, this game is a tough one here.
It's a tough one.
I'm looking at the history between these two teams, and this sounds pretty crazy, but it's true that the Vikings and Bengals have played in Minnesota a ton of times, but in Minnesota they played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, and the Bengals have not beat the Vikings in Minnesota once. So the Vikings are undefeated at home against Cincinnati. So I will go with the Vikings here to win. Josiah, you also said Vikings, right?
I agree.
All right, so we're split, right? Or Vikings are going to take it because they are the home team here, and so we'll go with Vikings to win there. We move to week 4. The Bengals head to Denver to play Bo Nix and the Broncos. Dad, what do you have for this one?
Man, Denver's defense is a great defense. They're playing at home. Cincinnati puts a lot of numbers up, but you know what? This is the one that Cincinnati Bengals are going to lose. I think Denver's going to take it with the defense.
Yeah, I agree. I think that you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go with Denver. I think Joe Burrow's gonna struggle on the road there. I think it's gonna be tough. I think Jamar might have a bad game going against Sertan. Give me the Broncos.
Actually, I don't agree. I think this one's interesting. Last year, since Bengals were really reliant on the Broncos losing in order to make the playoffs, and they were like really pushing for it. But I got the Bengals in this one, beating the Broncos. I'm really not that sold on Bo Nix, so we'll see how that happens. And
All
year
right.
two for
So
him.
the lone Bengals pick. I'm gonna go with Broncos. I think this game will be close. I know that might not help, but I think that it'll come down the same way it did last year. But Bo Nix gets the upper hand. So we got Denver winning this one. Week 5, the Bengals host the Lions. I'll throw it to you, Josiah. What do you have for this one?
This one is going to be interesting. The Lions are an interesting team. I think they've definitely been on the uptrend when they made the NFC like 2 years ago. But I'm going to take the Bengals. I think they're going to have a great year this year, and they need to. I mean, Joe Burrow's not getting any younger, and, they just paid Higgins and Chase. So.
That's true.
I'm going to agree, and just because Detroit's playing away, Golf doesn't play well away, and once again, Cincinnati, they throw a lot of points up, so it's going to be hard to keep up with them. It'll still be closer than people think, but I'm going the Bengals.
Man, this one's going to be a shootout. I'm going to go with the Bengals. I think this is going to be a great shootout. I just think that whoever has the ball left with the Cincinnati, I think that maybe is McPherson still their kicker, I believe. I don't know if they parted ways. I think he gets a game-winning field goal.
Yeah, I like Bengals as well. I'm actually on somewhat of an opposite side with the Lions. I think they're going to fall off a little bit this year, losing both of their coordinators. Amon-Ra is currently going through an injury that's going to take him up to training camp. Hopefully that doesn't linger. Obviously, we're recording this in June. And then Frank Ragnow retires, their starting center, who's been there for like 8 years. So I think that the Lions are kind of on a downward spin, in my opinion. So I have Cincinnati. Week 6, Cincinnati goes to Green Bay to face off against Josh Jacobs and Jordan Love. Dad, what do you have for this one?
This is going to be a Josh Jacobs game. It's going to be a running back game. This is probably one of the hardest one right now. They're playing in Green Bay, which is hard to play. You know what? Give me Green Bay. I think Green Bay is going to take this one. Not by much, but it'll be by like 5 to 7 points.
I think this is going to be like a potential game of the week. I think it's going to be a great game. I got, I don't know. I'm like, I really like the way Jordan Love plays, and I think he's going to take it at the end. So I got Green Bay.
Yeah, I agree too. I think Jordan Love's going to have a phenomenal game. And I think Cincinnati might struggle just a little bit at Lambeau Field.
I'm going Green Bay as well. I think I'm going to agree with what you said, Dad, that it's kind of a Josh Jacobs affair where Green Bay is going to not want to have the ball in Cincinnati's hands at all, and they're going to really milk the clock with a lot of runs. So we got Packers there across the board. We moved to Week 7 where the Bengals host newly acquired Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers. I'll throw it to you, Dad. What do you have for this one?
I'm going to go with the Bengals. They're playing at home. New quarterback there for Pittsburgh. New receiver and DK Metcalf. I don't think they're going to have enough to beat the Bengals. Bengals are going to take this one.
I think
their defense is better. Pittsburgh's defense is better, but Cincinnati is going to take it. Go ahead.
I think this is going to be like a surprising game. I feel like this is going to be one of those games that make Aaron Rodgers look good. And I think it's going to be close, but they're not going to pull it off. I got Bengals and like a close one.
Yeah, I got Bengals too.
Bengals as well. It is Thursday night, so a little spotlight on this game. So that'll be interesting, but I also have Bengals. So Bengals across the board, they sweep here. They host the Jets, a new look Jets. I'll throw it to you, Josiah. Who do you think's got this one?
This is gonna be tough. I'm not sure how I feel about the Jets this year. I think they're gonna get this upset though against the Bengals.
Oh wow! All right.
With Justin Fields at the helm now.
I'm going the other way. They're playing at home. They need this year. I mean, they're always that close to. They need this win also, so it's going to be Bengals again, I think.
Man, let me go with the Bengals. Jets are a tough team to really decide and pick on how they're going to be good this year. I'm going to go with the safe bet. Give me the Bengals.
Bengals. I'm going with Bengals as well. So they went out there. I want to take a quick question here, though. Throw it out to you guys regarding these two teams. There's two players that are going really close together in fantasy drafts. One being T. Higgins, one being Garrett Wilson. I want to throw it to you guys to discuss who would you pick if you had it on draft day. I'll start with you, Dad.
Once again, better quarterback. I think Garrett Wilson will do it, but I'm going to go with Higgins if he doesn't get hurt. That's always that if, and he's always hurt every year. So I'm going to go with Higgins, just not by much, even though I like Garrett Wilson better.
I think I'm gonna disagree. I think Garrett Wilson's a little underrated, and I think people that had DJ Moore with Justin Fields about maybe a year or two ago, they understand how much a receiver actually can benefit off him. So I'm gonna go with Garrett Wilson here, and I would say comfortably.
Okay.
Yeah, I like both receivers, to be honest. You look at what Justin Fields was able to do with DJ Moore a few years ago in Chicago, which I like. I'm still going to go with T. Higgins. I like the way he ended the year. He won championships there week 17. I think he had 3 touchdowns on was it a Black Friday? Or not Black Friday. It was a day before Christmas game, I believe. He did really good.
Dang. I guess we're going to be split because I would go Garrett Wilson. I'm going to agree with Josiah there. I think, for one, you said it. I was going to point out Justin Fields, what he was able to do with DJ Moore. Really pepper him with targets. Now he gets to play with his former college teammate and Garrett Wilson. I think there's going to be an extra bit of favoritism, especially because without, minus Breece Hall, who is Justin Fields throwing the rock to? You got Lazard, you got Malachi Corley, Arian Smith from Georgia. Nothing great there. So I agree. I'm going Garrett Wilson. But anyways, back to what?
He's not a passer anyway.
He's not a big passer. That's fair. He definitely is going to bring more with his legs, but he's got to pass some. He's a quarterback, and he did that with Chicago, where he was running a bunch, but also finding DJ Moore a good amount. I think DJ Moore was wide receiver 6 or something along those lines.
He was the top receiver that year, opposed to this last year with Caleb.
Right. So I agree. Garrett Wilson. We are split though, 2-2. But we'll move back to the game. Chicago. We were just talking about Chicago, but Chicago heads to play Cincinnati. I'll throw it to you, Dad. What do you have for this one?
Chicago has a nice defense, but I always want to go with that home team, with that powerhouse of offense that Cincinnati has, and they're not going to stop Jamar Chase and Higgins and Chase Brown, so I'm going with Cincinnati.
I'm questionable on how Chicago is going to pan out this year. I mean, it's the Chicago Bears, but they have a new head coach and Ben Johnson. But I'm going to have to give it to the Bengals. I just think they're going to have a great year. And I don't know what the Bears are going to do in that tough division. So I got the Bengals.
You know what? I'm taking the Bears on an upset. I think Caleb Williams has a great game, and defense at the end just gets the best of Joe Burrow, and it's just one of those games. Give me the Bears.
Really? Wow. I honestly, Josiah took the words right out of my mouth. I think just the Chicago Bears are going to be super boom bust. They're either going to, especially by this time of the year, they're either going to be the best offense in the league, or they're just going to really struggle and not find that footing that we expect them to. But I'm going to go with Cincinnati. So they get the majority here to win it there. We move to their bye week in week 10 before coming into week 11 to go to Pittsburgh. Josiah, what do you have for this one?
This one's going to be tough, but I think by this point of the year, I'm not really too high on the Steelers after the Aaron Rodgers signing. I feel like they're unserious about their quarterback room. So I got the Bengals by really a comfortable margin. I would say they cover the spread or something.
I think I'm going to disagree on this one. I think this will go 1-1. I picked Bengals at home. The reason because Pittsburgh's defense, they don't lose at home much. And I just think Aaron Rodgers is going to feel more comfortable with his receivers, which they're not great except for DK Metcalf. So I'm going to go with Pittsburgh on this one. I'll do Pittsburgh on this one.
I'm going to agree. I think Pittsburgh, TJ Watt gets the best from back-to-back weeks. I know the bye's in between, but I think Joe Burrow, just a little bit of a slump in the middle of the season. Not too bad, but, just enough to lose this in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, this one is tough. Pittsburgh, honestly, is a really hard team I find kind of statting out and like seeing how their season's going to play out, because if you look at them, they made the playoffs last year, right? And now you swap from Russell Wilson to Aaron Rodgers. I think that's pretty lateral. I don't think it's like too much more or too much less, but I don't think they're going to be a dumpster fire of a team. They got Mike Tomlin. They swapped Pickens for Metcalf, which you could argue is an upgrade overall. So I'm going to go with Pittsburgh as well, to split with them this season. And so Pittsburgh wins there. Bengals are 6-4, and now they host the New England Patriots. Dad, what do you have for this one?
Wow. Cincinnati just too much of a powerhouse. I'm going with Cincinnati. I want to do New England, but Cincinnati's going to take this one.
I'm going to have to disagree. I think Patriots are going to be a much better team than people are going to expect them. They got Mike Vrabel, and last year they literally beat them with Jared Mayo. And they have Stephon Diggs, actually have a receiver for Drake May to throw it to. He's not just throwing it to like practice squad members. I think it's going to be a good game, and we're going to have a Patriots upset.
Wow, I think this is going to be an ugly game, but give me Cincinnati to win a close one.
I mean, Josiah, you just completely turned my thought process, because I was going in with Bengals, and I think you made some really good points. How they were able to pull off the upset last year with a much worse roster and much worse coaching. I'm going to go with Patriots. I'm going to pick the Patriots as well. Since both of y'all picked Cincinnati, it goes to the home team, the tie. So we have to go Cincinnati, but I think I agree. New England's a really underrated unit, and you made some good points there. But Cincinnati moves on when they win. They go week 13 and 14. They got some tough matchups, especially a Thursday night game at Baltimore. I'll throw it to you, Dad. What do you have for this one?
This one, I'm going with Baltimore. They're not going to stop Baltimore's offense. The defense is better in Baltimore. I think 3 of the players are going to have great, it's going to be either Zay Flowers, Andrews, of course, Jackson, and Henry's going to probably get 2 touchdowns in this game.
Yeah, I think Lamar Jackson and this team, just every time these two teams match up Thursday night, things just don't really go well for Cincinnati. 2 years ago, Joe Burrow, this is the game he went out for the season. I think it was a forearm injury. And then last year, I think it was a historic Jamar Chase night, but still they weren't able to win. And I think every time these two teams match up on Thursday night, it's just not good news for Cincinnati. Give me Baltimore.
Well, I'll tell you what it's good news for. It's good news for NFL fans. We're going to have a good game like we have had in the past. I got Bengals with a win on the road. It said it's a Thursday night, so it's going to be funky. So I got Bengals.
Interesting. And Jess has been the picking the other teams a lot today. I like it a lot. The away teams. I'm going to go with Baltimore for me here. I think they will split. They play in week 15 as well. But Baltimore is the majority, so Baltimore wins. Week 14, they played the Bills. Josh Allen versus Joe Burrow. In the past, I believe Joe Burrow's the one that's had the upper hand. But I'll throw it to you, Josiah, to start us off. Who do you have winning this one?
This is going to be a very interesting game. I'm really curious how the Bills will be this time around next year. The division is going to be easy. I'm going to have to go to the Bills, but with home field here, I'm going to go to the Bills.
This is going to be a great game, a high-scoring game, but I'm going to the home team. It's going to be Buffalo. Going to take it on at home.
I like Buffalo, too. I think Josh Allen, MVP. The snow is going to kind of affect Burrow here. I think those receivers aren't really going to be able to push that field. Give me Buffalo.
I'll go Buffalo as well. Weather I didn't even think about, but that will probably play a good impact into this game. Even though, Cincinnati, they play in Cincinnati, which is also a cold spot, but they don't get as much snow as we see in Buffalo. So I'm going to go with Josh Allen there. We move to week 15, where we just had Baltimore beating Cincinnati at home. But what happens when Baltimore travels to Cincinnati? I'll throw it to you, Dad. What do you got?
It's going to be the away team with Baltimore. I think this is going to be a Derrick Henry game. It's going to be a lot on the ground. It's going to be cold. And Jackson's going to have probably 100 yards. It's going to be Baltimore for me.
I'm going to have to disagree. I think last year, Bengals were struggling, and, they lost a heartbreaker to them twice. So I think they're going to get their get back. They're going to go 2-0 this year, and I got the Bengals.
Yeah, I like Cincinnati winning this home matchup as well.
I'm going Cincy. Cincy on this one. They split the season series. We move to week 16. They play at Miami. Tyreek versus Jamar. I'll throw it to you, Josiah. What do you have for this one?
I don't think this is gonna be close. I got the Bengals. This is against Miami. Yeah, I got the Bengals.
Yeah, the same with here. It's not going to be close. I think the
Yeah.
Bengals will take this one.
Yeah, agreed. I think actually Cincinnati's defense holds their ground. Give me the Bengals.
I'll go Bengals as well. So that's a sweep across the board. In week 17 and 18, they host the Cardinals and then the Browns. I'll throw it to you, Dad. Who do you got for that one?
You really have to ask. Bengals at home for sure.
Bengals at home.
I got the Bengals too. Easy.
Bengals. Yeah.
All right, we got Bengals there. In week 18, are we pretty across the board agree that the Bengals would win that one as well?
Yes.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right, so the Bengals finished their season at 11-6. That's pretty promising. We'll move to Baltimore, where they go to play the Bills in week 1, a rematch of a playoff matchup this past season. Josiah, what do you have for this one?
Oh, that's gonna be a great game, honestly. I'm really interested to see how much better Josh Allen's gonna be this year. But I think the more complete team is the Ravens, and I think they're gonna give them a hard time. And I got the Ravens, week 1.
Yeah, you just said it. It's a more complete team. I know they're away, but I'm going with Baltimore. They just have too many weapons.
Yeah, I agree. Baltimore, the way they ended their season last year, it fuels them. Remember, week 1, they lost on a toe tap to Kansas City, and then to end their season, they lost on a Mark Andrews drop on a 2-point conversion. I think they're mad. Give me Baltimore in this one.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And for a team that Lamar Jackson loses MVP battle to Josh Allen, and then the Bills end up taking down the Ravens in the playoffs, the Ravens, they want their revenge. So I'll go Baltimore here. Week 2, they host the Browns. I think we can skip it here and just say the Ravens will win that game at home against Cleveland. Yeah, agreed.
Yep.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, we got Baltimore there. Week 3, they host the Lions. A little bit more of a difficult matchup. I'll throw it to you, Dad. What do you have for this one?
I'm going with Baltimore at home. Like I said, Goff doesn't play well away. The defense is much better on Baltimore. I'm going with Baltimore.
I'm gonna go with Detroit Lions. I got the Detroit Lions in this one. I think the Ravens are gonna struggle a little more this year.
I think the last time these two teams matched up, I think the Lions offense could barely get yards in Baltimore. This being Monday night, I still got the Ravens. I think they just come out hot all year.
Yeah, I'm going to agree here. I'm going Baltimore. The Lions have not beat the Ravens since 2005, so it's been a long time. Plus, the most recent memory I have of those two teams facing off was when Lamar Jackson completely smoked the Lions 38-6.
Yeah.
They had just no firepower back against them, so I'll go Baltimore here. Week 4, though, the Ravens go to Arrowhead to play the Chiefs. I'll throw it to you, Josiah. Who do you got for this one?
I think it's gonna be a pretty interesting one. Last year I think we started off the season with like Isaiah the Titans toe like literally on the white line. But I'm gonna go.
Isaiah Likely.
I'm gonna go to Isaiah Likely. I'm gonna go the Ravens.
I'm going to disagree. I think this is going to be Patrick Mahomes' best game, I think. It's going to be a lot of throwing. The running game in Kansas City is not going to penetrate Baltimore's defense. So I'm going to go Kansas City.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go with Kansas City. I think Baltimore, I don't want to spoil it. They get him eventually, but not in this regular season matchup in Arrowhead.
No, I agree. I'm going Chiefs. And honestly, I have somewhat of a bold take, even though I'm picking the Chiefs here. The Chiefs, they start their season against who do they start their season against? I think they start their season against the Chargers in Brazil. I have them losing that game. Then I actually have them losing in week 2 to the Eagles. And I think this is probably the bold part of the take. I think they lose to the Giants in MetLife in week 3. I think the Giants are a sneaky team. But then you come into week 4 where they host the Ravens. They're 0-3, and this is when they turn their season around and start going in the right direction. I'm going with the Chiefs. They win it here. Ravens, though, host the Texans. We haven't had good luck with them as a Texans fan, but I'll throw it to you, Dad. Who you have for this one?
They both have pretty good defense. But I'm going overall. I'm going with the quarterback. I'm going with Derrick Henry. It's going to be Baltimore at home.
I'm gonna I'm gonna say like I'm biased, but on a non-biased take, I'm gonna take the Texans. You have a new offensive coordinator, Nick Caley, a new offensive line. Finally, C.J. Stroud can stop running for his life, and like this is where it turns it around. And it's the Ravens that they haven't improved as much as the Texans have this offseason. I think the Texans take it.
Give me the Ravens. We just don't have good luck against them in the CJ era. Hopefully, we can get them in where it matters the most in the postseason.
I agree. I think it's not going to be pretty. It's just stained in my brain, the 2 points on Christmas. So I'm going with the Ravens to win it there. Ravens then play the Rams. Man, the Ravens got some good matchups to start the year. They play the Rams. They host them in Week 6. I'll throw it to you, Josiah. What do you have for this one?
I think the Chargers are going to be good this year, and potentially, like this may be a hot take, but they have a chance to take that division. Actually, is up for it. I know Kansas City has been dominant. I think the Chargers are going to be better this year and take
It's
it.
the Rams. I'll throw it to the Rams.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, for the Rams, I'm gonna go for the Ravens. Home here.
Rams at home.
Yeah, it's going to be Baltimore. They're going to have probably 5+ sacks on Stafford. They're playing at home again. This is going to be a bad game for LA.
Yeah, let me go with Baltimore. I think Stafford's going to have a terrible game.
I think I'm going to go Baltimore as well, but I think this game is going to be a shootout of a game. I think that happened recently a couple of years ago with the Ravens and the Rams, where it was actually in Baltimore as well. It was rainy, and the Rams came back. The Rams came back, but Baltimore still won, and that's where I'm going to go. I'm going to go with the Ravens there. Ravens head into their bye week, only losing one game thus far, and then they go and face off against the Chicago Bears at home. I'm going to go with the Ravens here personally. I'll throw it to you, though, Dad. What do you have?
I'm going with the Ravens also, definitely.
Yeah, I'll take Ravens in this one as well.
Smackfest. I got Ravens.
Smackfest, indeed. Ravens beat the Bears. Now we got Ravens on Thursday night playing the Dolphins. I'll throw it to you, Josiah.
Another easy one. Lamar Jackson feet up.
Another easy one, yeah. That's not going to be.
It's what Josiah would call a Smackfest.
Smackfest as well. Yeah, give me the Ravens. I think Tua struggles big time on Thursday night.
Yeah.
All right, so the Ravens continue to win. Now they go and face the Vikings on the road. I'll throw it to you, Josiah. What do you got for this one?
I think it's going to be an interesting game. I just really believe in Kevin O'Connell. Like, I got him. KOC for the win. Vikings.
I'm gonna go with the Baltimore. They have, like you said in the first week, they have the more complete team, and JJ's still new. His second year, but first year, so you can call this as a rookie year. So I'm going with Baltimore.
Yeah, me too. Well, actually, you know what? I'm gonna go with Minnesota. Actually, I think that Baltimore in the middle of the season, they have that one random upset where you're like, what the? Like, how did they lose to them? I think that J.J. McCarthy, he wins over the people there in Minnesota for this game.
Yeah, this one's tough. I'm going to go with the Vikings as well. I'll jump on the bandwagon for this game.
I got two loners, yes. I'm going to prove y'all wrong.
We'll see about that. Vikings win against the Ravens. Ravens then stay on the road, their third straight road game, and they play the Browns. Dad, what do you have for this one?
Come on, dude. Baltimore.
Baltimore for sure.
Actually, I'm gonna go Browns. They for some reason Ravens are so weird. They always lose one to the Browns. I got the Browns. I think they get this one.
Oh, and Josiah makes a great point. Let me go Baltimore. I think the Browns take a major step back this year, and I think Baltimore just finds a way. It's not pretty, but they find a way.
I'm gonna agree with you there. Cleveland. I'm just having a hard time getting around them being good at all. Like, I think the worst team in the NFL is going to be the Saints this year, but I think the Browns find themselves right there with Tennessee as well. So I'm going to go with Baltimore to win. Week 12, they host the Jets. Can I just say, is it Baltimore clears, or is there any objections?
Yeah.
I think Baltimore.
I think
Jets?
Baltimore wins as well.
I'll take the Ravens at this point, yeah.
All right, so then we move week 13. We picked that in the Cincinnati schedule. We were talking about that. We had the Ravens winning there. Now the Ravens host the Steelers. I'll throw it to you, Josiah. What do you have for this one?
I think it's going to be catch up for the Steelers. I got Ravens at home.
I'm going to say Ravens. If you have Ravens defense on your fantasy team, expect to get 20 points plus.
Oh,
Yep,
okay.
absolutely agree. Give me the Ravens.
Ravens it is. Week 15, they lose to the Bengals, and then they host the Patriots. Dad, what do you have for this one?
Wow, this is probably one of the hardest, but I'm going to go with the Ravens. They're playing at home, more complete team. They're not going to stop Henry. He might start off slow, but he's going to run right through him. I think it's going to be Baltimore.
What's Ravens record at this point?
They are currently 11-3.
I got Patriots in the upset on the road. I just
You know
think
what?
they're going to be that sneaky team pushing for the playoffs this
You
year.
need to keep this thing because I need to hear this back. Oh, yeah, well, it's going to be on.
I'm going to agree with Josiah there. I mean, it's Mike Vrabel versus Derrick Henry. They used to be best season Tennessee, and you know what? I think Vrabel Vrabel has beaten Lamar in the playoffs, so I think he gets the best one in this matchup. Give me the Patriots.
Wow. And yes, we can come back to this. You know, we're on the internet, so we got it'll be. We'll check back on this guy. I'm gonna go with Baltimore. I am excited with New England what they're bringing, but I'm gonna go with Baltimore. And since we split, it goes to the home team. We move to week 17 though, where they go to Lambeau Field. I'll start with you, Dad. What do you have for this one?
I know it's Lambeau Field, and I usually pick Green Bay and Lambeau Field. I just think Love is going to have a hard time against Baltimore's defense. I'm going to go with Baltimore.
I disagree. I think Green Bay is going to win this one. I think it's going to be like a good game, but I think they'll be in control the whole game. I got Green Bay.
I got Lamar Jackson upset. I think Jordan Love struggles this game big time. This might be a Christmas Day game. It's Saturday. It's looking like a Christmas week game. I definitely think, Lamar Jackson and this defense, they take over in Lambeau.
Yeah, this is a really tough one, honestly, because I see both sides of it. Wow, this is tough. What do I want to do here?
It's probably the toughest right now for the year.
You want to give it to the home team, Green Bay. You're going to be the better team at the end of the season.
Now that one's pretty hot. But the fact that it's in Lambeau makes me want to go with Green Bay. I'm going to go Green Bay, and the split goes to Green Bay. So we got Green Bay beating Baltimore here, and then we ending the season. Baltimore's currently 12-4, in the midst of probably near the 1 seed. But I'll throw it to you, Josiah. They play the Steelers on the road.
I think this is like another where they also struggle, like just same with the Browns, but I'm not high on the Steelers at all this year. I got the Ravens. Easy.
God, two good defenses. Matter of fact, Pittsburgh might be a little better than Baltimore, but just the quarterback, the receivers, the running back, I'm going with Baltimore.
I'm going to go with Pittsburgh there. They're home. There's a chance that Baltimore might not play all their starters. Pittsburgh is fighting for a win. I'm going to go with the Steelers on this one.
I foresee it's currently week 18 and the Steelers are 8-8 and they have to save Mike Tomlin's
job again.
Plus 500 streak. I'm going Pittsburgh.
All right.
We're split again.
I'm three loner again.
No, Josiah picked Baltimore.
Oh, he did Baltimore. Okay.
Yeah, they picked Baltimore.
But we're split. Pittsburgh gets the win there, and Baltimore ends their season at 12-5, which is for sure a playoff team. We'll see if they can win the division, but we'll jump to the next AFC North team in the Steelers. Aaron Rodgers versus his old team in the Jets from last year. Aaron Rodgers obviously is now in the Steelers. Justin Fields is now in the Jets. I'll throw it to you, Josiah, though. What do you have for this one?
I got the Jets week 1. I think it's going to be interesting. It's going to be like that. I think it's just going to be like that goodbye, like good riddance and goodbye from the New York. I got Jets.
No, I'm going with Pittsburgh. I think the defense is too tough. Justin Fields is not going to have a good day. I think it's going to be Pittsburgh win this one.
Justin, I think this is the first time ever I'm going to say this, but it might be a tie. Week 1 tie. How does that work? It's going to be the only tie of the NFL season.
I can do it too. Isn't that funny? I can do it.
Yeah,
I will not predict a tie. I'm actually going to pick Pittsburgh. Just because I think it comes down to coaching and Aaron Glenn's first career game as a head coach versus Mike Tomlin's 20th year. Give me Pittsburgh. even though I don't love either team that much. I think it's going to be a low-scoring affair.
It will be a low scoring, I think.
Yeah, so we got Pittsburgh there. Week 2, Pittsburgh hosts Seattle.
Wow.
A newly looked Seattle. They got Clint Kubiak, an offensive coordinator now. You got Sam Darnold at QB. I'll throw it to you, Dad. What do you have for this one?
I think this is going to be a point game. If you're fantasy, if you have Pittsburgh's defense, I think they're going to be sacking Darnold a lot. I don't like Darnold on this team. I think Pittsburgh's going to take this.
I'm gonna disagree. Like Jason is the star now. In Seattle, DK Metcalf, game against them. I'm gonna go Seattle. I just like Seattle overall.
Yeah. I actually think Pittsburgh's going to win this one, actually. I think Darnold's going to struggle a little bit. Maybe Cooper Kupp ends up with 0 catches. Give me the Steelers.
Remember, Pittsburgh's only goal is to win 9 games this year.
So, yeah,
they're not going to get it. They're not going to get it.
I'll go with Pittsburgh, even though those 2 games are funny revenge games in both of them with DK, too. But Pittsburgh's now 2-0 to start their season. Now they go to New England to play the Patriots. I'll throw it to you, Josiah.
I think this game is going to be I think this is games where some people are going to start looking at the Patriots, even though it's the Steelers who are probably 0-3 right now. I got the Patriots comfortably.
Yeah, I'm going to agree. I think I'm going to do the Patriots. They're playing at home. They are going to be a better team than last year, so I'm going with the Patriots.
I got the Patriots too.
Yeah, I think Pittsburgh gets some PTSD because they see a good Patriots team and they know they get slapped every time against a good Patriots team. So I'm going Patriots as well. It's a sweep there. Week 4, the Steelers host the Vikings. I'll throw it to you, Dad. What do you have for this one?
I know they're playing at home, but I'm going with Minnesota. I think Minnesota's going to take this one.
Okay.
I got the Vikings. I think it's going to be close first half and second half. Vikings.
I'm going to go with the Steelers here. Aaron Rodgers knows him all about Minnesota there. And I think he gets the best of him. Has possibly one of his best games as a Steeler there home against the Vikings.
Gosh, this is tough. This is so tough. I hate Pittsburgh. I just know that Pittsburgh always defies my expectations.
Addison, Jefferson, Aaron Jones, McCarthy, Hawkinson.
You know what? I'm going to go Minnesota because I believe J.J. McCarthy is in for a really good year. And if I believe in that, then that means they're probably cooking. So I'll go Minnesota to beat Pittsburgh. Then they go into their bye week, and then they host the Browns. I'll throw it to you, Josiah. What do you have for this one?
This one's going to be like one of those games where it's just like, oh, dude, this game sucks. I got the Steelers, though.
I'm gonna agree. I got the Steelers. It is going to be a boring game. Thankfully, though, it's not on Thursday night because we always seem to get a Steelers and Browns Thursday or Monday night where it's like, God, I mean, man, I'd rather go play tic-tac-toe outside when it's dark.
I'm going to go with the Steelers also.
I'll go Steelers too. I was honestly the whole point of me asking because I could have said across the board, but I wanted to see Josiah pick Steelers because I don't think he picked them yet.
No, that's the first win of the season.
It's like the only one.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, Steelers get the victory in Week 6 before losing to the Bengals on the road in Week 7, and now they get to host the Packers. I'll throw it to you, Dad. What do you have for this one?
This one is going to be hard for me because, first of all, Pittsburgh playing at home. They have a better defense, in my knowledge. I think Jordan Love is going to struggle this one, but Josh Jacobs is not going to do anything either. I'm going with Pittsburgh.
I'm going to disagree. I've heard Jordan Love struggle a lot. I think he's going to be better this season. He has good wide receivers, but now he has that like target on Matthew Golden. And I just don't see this game being close. Like I got Green Bay.
Wow, man, I wish this game was in Lambeau, man. That'd be amazing. But give me the Packers, and Aaron Rodgers just remains a loser.
Yeah, I mean his old team, he has a chance in this game to be the 4th quarterback in NFL history to beat all 32 teams. Can he do it in this one?
Yes, he can.
Nah, he can't.
They're playing at home.
Packers fans are going to be
Good
like
defense.
smiling year to year.
Yeah, he's not going to do it. Give me Jordan Love and the Packers. to win there.
Fourth one. I like it.
Week 9, though, they host the Colts. Shane Steichen, Jonathan Taylor, maybe AR, maybe Daniel Jones or Daniel Jones, whatever. I'll throw it to you, Josiah.
I think I think on paper like I would have taken the Colts, but seeing how they handled the whole AR situation, just kind of like how they basically handled his injuries pretty terribly. And I got the Steelers on this one in an ugly one. I got the Steelers.
Oh, what do you mean an ugly one? Steelers all the way.
Yeah.
There's no way Indianapolis is going to win this game.
I'll go
They're at
Steelers.
home.
And Joe
Steelers as
Flacco.
well.
Better
Last year.
defense. Richardson can't throw. Daniel Jones can't throw. It's going to be Pittsburgh all the way. Not even close.
Jonathan Taylor. Who they got? Who do they have?
Yeah, they have
Jalen
defense.
Warren?
J.J. Watt, Cam Ward. I mean, you can't beat that.
Yeah, I mean, Pittsburgh won last year in their matchup too, so I'll go Pittsburgh. Colts won actually in their matchup last year. It was an ugly game too, I remember.
Yeah.
But I'll go Pittsburgh, so Pittsburgh wins there. Pittsburgh then travels to play the Chargers. I'll throw it to you, Dad. What do you have for this one?
I'm going to go with the Chargers. They don't have that great of a defense, but they're going to be throwing a lot. This is where Herbert throws for 300 yards and probably 3 touchdowns.
Damn.
I agree. This is going to be one of those games where they're just like, yes, finally, Justin Herbert's not the if man. He's going to smack them. Chargers.
Yeah, Herbert has a great game. Give me the Chargers.
Give me a Najee Harris revenge game. That's what I want to see. He's going to be mad. He's going to be mad. I feel like Pittsburgh didn't treat him the best. I feel like he doesn't like Pittsburgh that much.
Yeah, but
Jalen
they're going
Warren.
to stop the run. They're going to stop the run. That's why Herbert's going to have a good game.
I'm going to go with Chargers as well. So we got Chargers across the board. Week 11, we have the Steelers beating the Bengals at home before traveling to Soldier Field to play the Bears. I'll go and throw it to you, Josiah. What do you have for this one?
I just don't think the Bears are going to be that bad. I got the Bears.
I agree.
At
I
home,
think the
too.
Bears are going to take it at home.
Bears.
The
Two.
Bears in their possible final matchup against Aaron Rodgers, their owner. I think they get the best of them the last time.
Yep. I like that. Yeah, I agree completely. Bears got it.
City for Chicago. They're going to sack them.
Yeah. Week 13, though. Steelers at home play the Bills. I'll throw it to you, Dad. What do you have for this one?
You don't even have to ask me. I'm going with the Bills. It's just too much offense.
Yeah, start the backups on the Bills.
I think Josh Allen has a phenomenal road game and gets the victory. 3 rushing touchdowns.
I agree completely. It's going to be a smack fest. Week 14, the Ravens beat the Steelers at home before the Steelers on Monday night host Tua and the Dolphins. I'll throw it to you, Jess. What do you have for this one?
Oh, dude, this game is terrible. I don't even know. There's 2 bad teams. Aaron Rodgers needs to get some stat pad. He got this game. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Pittsburgh, but I think it's going to be the running back that does it. I think the rookie running back that went to Pittsburgh is going to have
Caleb
a field
Johnson
day.
action?
Yeah, he's going to have a field day this week.
Yeah, give me Pittsburgh. I don't know if I'm really confident at all in Miami. Give me Pittsburgh.
All right. Yeah, Pittsburgh for me as well. Week 16, they go and play the Lions on the road. Is it pretty consensus that we think Lions would win this matchup?
Yeah, I think Jared Goff has a great game.
Yeah.
All right, Lions there. Steelers then go and play the Browns on the road. Dad, I'll throw it to you first.
I know Cleveland's at home, but I'm going to go with Pittsburgh. I just don't believe right now in Cleveland this year.
This is one of those games like the Giants had last year where it's like, bro, lose. Browns are going to win. Browns home.
Oh, wow.
I agree. I think Browns' defense comes up and they stop Aaron Rodgers, and he's complaining and having a diva fest on the sideline.
Yeah, I think you're right. And it also establishes that this will be the first year that Mike Tomlin does not win over 500. We just played it out, and I just don't see it happening. I think Mike Tomlin might be just defeated and ready to find his next team to coach, and that is not Pittsburgh heading into next year because they lose to the Browns. We probably should have picked them to lose to the Ravens at this point now, the way they're standing. But Steelers lose to the Browns and end their season at 7-10. Shocking, but also not shocking because Pittsburgh just doesn't impress me.
Oh,
But
bro.
we move on to the last team in this division with the Cleveland Browns. They lost their first 2 games based on what we talked about earlier. So they start 0-2, and now they host the Green Bay Packers. Josiah, what do you have for this one?
Where are we even at? Sorry.
Green Bay.
Yeah, Green Bay. It's not.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a fun game to watch if you're a Packers fan.
Green Bay. Yep.
Yep, Green Bay. I agree.
Yeah, okay, I agree. Green Bay. Cleveland travels to the Lions. We just,
Yep,
Lions.
Lions.
All right, Lions win there in week 4. They host the Vikings. Oh, Dad says let's keep it going. What about y'all two? What do you have for this one?
I have the Browns, actually. I think McCarthy struggles big time.
Vikings.
Yeah, I'm going to go Vikings
Servers
too.
and Darnold did it, so I know JJ.
Who's the starting quarterback? Y'all think by this? Do you think it's
It'll
Dylan
be
Gabriel,
McCarthy.
Flacco? No.
For Cleveland.
Shador.
I just
Yeah,
hope
That's another thing.
Shador. I'll be wanting to watch the game if it's Shador.
yeah, it'll
it's
probably be
Dylan
Shador because of the
Gabriel.
hype.
Yeah, I mean, I hope they don't throw out Kenny Pickett. I would just,
This is a Njoku game. He's going to have a good game, but Minnesota's going to win.
yeah, I got Minnesota. So Minnesota wins 3-1 there, and Cleveland starts their season 0-6. Week 7 though, they host the Dolphins. Dad, what do you have for this one?
I don't know if Tua's even going to play by the 7th week. They're going to sack his ass. Excuse my language. They're going to sack him a lot, but I think Miami's going to still walk away with the win.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with him. Miami's gonna have like one of those terrible years to have. I'm gonna go Cleveland.
Yeah, this is
Me
one
too.
of the games that can pull this year.
I think this is a great all-around dominance game. Myles Garrett gets it to. I don't even think we hear from Tyreek Hill. Give me the Browns.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. We'll move to week 8, where the Browns, they got in their first victory. We'll see if the momentum rides, but they go and play the Patriots on the road. Josiah, what do you have for this?
Patriots and Gillette. Patriots.
Yeah, it's going to
Vrabel.
be Patriots, but this is going to be a close game. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. It's going to be Patriots.
I think Shador definitely starts this game, but struggles. I mean, maybe 100 yards passing the most, but still give me
Couple
New England.
picks.
When did Shador start though?
I think by week 4 or 5. I think that Vikings game, maybe.
Who starts
I think
first?
they start with I think they start with Flacco.
Yeah,
Start
we
with
can start
Flacco, and then they ease it out.
Wait, unless he does well. If he does well, they'll keep him.
He's
He
40
won't.
what?
They
He's
had
40
the
what?
Bengals, Ravens, Lions, and Packers in the first 4 games. Those are L's. They're going to have to move to the rookie. At least I hope so.
Are they gonna go
Mhm.
Gabriel first or are they gonna go Shador first?
I
I don't even know if Gabriel gets in this year, but maybe.
They drafted him over Shador.
I know they did. They probably have to throw in Gabriel. I feel like that's such a slap in the face if you draft Gabriel first and then you don't start him.
Yeah.
You start the current guy. I don't love it. Cleveland really makes me just cringe up. I don't love it. Anyway, we'll move to – so they lose to the Patriots week 8. They go to their bye week, and then they bounce into week 10, and they play the Jets in dreaded MetLife. I'll throw it to you, Josiah. What do you have for this one?
Got the Jets.
I got the Jets. Low scoring game, but it'll be the Jets.
I think Justin Fields has a great game rushing. Give me the Jets.
Jets it is. Week 11, they lose to Baltimore at home before traveling to play the Raiders on the road. We haven't talked about the Raiders yet. Dad, what do you have for this one?
I'm going with the Raiders. I'm going with the home game.
I like the Raiders this season. They're building something interesting. I like it. Got Geno Smith over there. Genty? I don't know how you say his name.
Yeah.
Baller. It's gonna be nice. A nice Raiders win for sure.
Yeah, I'm not really high on the Raiders this year. They're honestly one of the most disappointing teams, in my opinion. But give me the Raiders at home just because the Browns are going to be so bad at this point. They're going to make their decision to tank at this point. They're looking at another quarterback. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going with the Raiders. I actually think they're going to be somewhat of a pesky team that wins more games than we expect, but especially this one in Week 12. But anyway, so Cleveland starts to play at home, and they play the 49ers, who they got the best of last time they played. I remember that being a super ugly game in the regular season. Let's see how this one plays out. I'll throw it to you, Dad. What do you have for this one?
I'm going with San Francisco. They're going to take that.
Yeah, I agree. Give me San
Tampa.
Francisco.
Yeah, that was
Brock Purdy's gonna make his I'm worth my contract statement here. Niners.
I hope so. You got paid some big bucks. But yes, San Francisco sweeps week 14. This is probably the most exciting game, I'd say, because for the Browns season, that is that they go and host the Titans. Cam Ward against what we had thought to be probably the number 2 overall pick ends up being the number 144 overall pick. I'll throw it to you, Josiah. Who do you have for this one?
I'm just gonna say this straight up. I really hope Cam Ward just stays healthy, like I just want him to, because if so, it's rookie of the year statement right here.
Oh,
Titans.
Tennessee. I agree. I think Tennessee's going to take it. It was a hard decision, but I think Tennessee will take it.
Ah, God. I think I want to take the Browns on this one. Shador versus Cam Ward. Remember they had those workouts where they were talking mess to each other. Ah, man, I want to pick Cam Ward. I just think the home team is a factor here. Give me the Browns.
I'm going the Browns too. I also think at the end of the day, Tennessee fans, if you're watching this for some reason, I hope you are, you want your team to lose this year because I just don't think Brian Callahan's a good coach. That's kind of my PSA. I think he's a bad coach. And if you lose badly enough this year, maybe you'll get a new head coach for Cam Ward.
And to the Browns. Yes.
That's a good point.
But yes, so we split, but it goes to the home team. Cleveland gets it here. Cleveland now travels to Soldier Field. Dad, what do you have for this one?
I'm going to go with the home team. I'm going with Chicago Bears.
Chicago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chicago, no brainer.
Yeah.
Chicago for sure. Yep.
Chicago for sure. Week 16, they play the Bills. You can roll past that one, right? Bills got that one locked up.
Yeah.
So that ends the Browns season at a beautiful 3-14.
Second pick overall, not bad next year.
Yeah, I mean, who knows who's going to be there? We got Nussmeier, or maybe Arch Manning, maybe Norris Sellers.
Arch Manning.
Yeah, I mean, that would be golden for them. But anyways, that wraps up the AFC North, where we have the Baltimore Ravens, 12-5, the Cincinnati Bengals, 11-6, the Pittsburgh Steelers at 7-10, and the Cleveland Browns at 3-14. Most likely going to have 2 playoff bursts out of this with Baltimore and Cincinnati. But wow, this is a fun episode. We rode through it, 51 minutes in, pretty good. But yeah, thank you, guest Victor, Josiah, for joining the pod today. We hope to have you on for more and more coming up in the future. But yes, thank you guys. As for Dween Nation, we got more episodes coming out. We got the mock drafts. We got more record predictions. As we still got some 4 or 5 more divisions to go through. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for listening. And Genoa, send us out.
Yo, Dewey Nation. This was our AFC North predictions there. Go ahead and check out. We have a few other divisions out there. But thank you guys for watching. We love y'all. And as always, peace.
Peace.